Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so Libras, we're going to do something just a little bit different. I wasn't able to do any videos at all yesterday because I wasn't nearby a place where I could do it. But while I was stuck waiting on other things, I was able to do something I haven't done probably since the very beginning of my channel. Those of you with me for a really long time, you know I used to sometimes jot down whatever thoughts that came into my head. I would particularly do this during times if like the internet went out or the power went down or something. And so yesterday I reverted back to that. Not that the power went out, I was just away. But I still wanted to go ahead and just sit and kind of close my eyes, hence the backdrop where we have this little leopard with, the eyes shaded. Um, and I thought, let's go ahead and see what we get. So I did then do one pre-shuffle also once I got home last night, but we'll talk about the card in just a minute. Let me first just jot down or explain the thoughts that came to my head. So when I thought of Libra, first off, it's so funny because I got the numbers 1232. We'll come back to that in a minute. I'm not a real numbers person, so not all zodiacs had a number associated, but Libra happened to have. And I had this image in my head of unused plastic cutlery, like, that you get with a to-go order or something. And what was funny is there were 2 spoons, 2 knives, but only 1 fork in my mind, right? This is just what's coming up in my head. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Why am I only seeing 1 fork? And I thought, well, it could be a couple different things. It maybe means 2 people are going to share eating something together, or that there is this sense of like only one person tends to like poke somebody, that could be, the image of one person is maybe a little bit sharper, more combative than the other one. But as I went on, I kind of think that it might be both of those things, because the next image I saw in my head was a file folder. It was like a manila or like a yellowy cream colored file folder, but on it, it had a label on it, and it was crossed out like it was the wrong file number, or the wrong, something was incorrect about it. So I'm wondering if maybe Libra had somebody that wasn't the right person for them, perhaps. And then next in my head, I saw white fur. And it was weird because I didn't know if it was like somebody wearing a coat that had like white fur on it, like faux fur. But then it shifted and I saw an animal, like a living animal that was like there to be pet, but it was like really thick fur. So I would have said not a dog because it was so fluffy and my hands could feel the texture of it. It wasn't really soft like a bunny. So I don't know if it was supposed to be like a llama, because it had like a firmer texture to it or something different than, the pets that I've pet before, but longer fur. So it could also have been like a fur rug or something. But white is usually color of purity, and the idea of like soaking our, stuffing our hands into nice fur, and giving it like a little scrubby with our fingertips. It was like petting an animal, or giving, comfort or something. But it was definitely about like warmth and comfort, but also with purity. Next to that, I saw somebody who was obviously seeking. I saw this image of somebody that was going through file cabinets. So back to a file idea. I don't know why, but they were looking for some kind of a file. And then somebody like found something, but it wasn't in a file cabinet. It was something pink with butterflies on it. And it was, like a eureka moment. But it was just weird because the image kind of shifted from somebody who's looking in drawers of file cabinets to then finding something that you wouldn't put in. It was like I don't know if it was like a pendant or something, or a small, like a keychain. It seemed like it was a gift. It was something that somebody owned already, and then they'd lost it and they were refinding it. But it was like, I don't even know if it was like, oh, this is my favorite thing, or if it was just like it was a sentimental gift that somebody was refinding. And then I heard the a song from Barbara Streisand, I believe, People Who Need People. And then I think it's a different song somehow, some way, that also popped into my head, which is funny because I don't actually like own any Barbara Streisand. I mean, certainly her songs are great and we all know them, but it's just funny because I haven't heard her music in forever. And then I had another thing where somebody was trying to find their glasses, and they were like patting. So a lot of lost energy in this or incorrect energy in this. You notice is kind of like a theme, but they're like patting, trying to find their glasses, looking through things. And it was also that they could read like a periodical or something, looking for someplace to go, as some kind of entertainment that they wanted to go to. They wanted to check like a time for like a movie that was playing or something. And then I saw a spoonful of just white sugar, but it was like just being held up, like somebody didn't put it in their mouth yet. It was like the potential of something really sweet. And then I heard Benny and the Drifters, This Magic Moment. So going back to that topic of 1, 2, 3, 2, the final like message that I got on all of this was don't expect things to go according to plan. I don't know how that factors in yet to whatever story we're going to tell, but when I did a pre-shuffle, we did get the Wonder Hunter. And this message, so funny because this message is, it's not really about seeking things exactly. It's about approaching the world like we did when we were babies, where there was a sense of wonder all the time. And that just is kind of a frame of mind. It's not really like going out and seeking things that'll be fun, or putting tons of energy into trying to find something that's perfect. It's more like, babies are delighted by, dangling piece of string, it like anything can catch their attention. So it just kind of says to keep an open mind about beautiful things and not be so, maybe that goes along with the don't expect things to go according to plans, with all of the like surprises and, looking for information and trying to find stuff that came up in my imagery. I'm not really shocked to see that it would be like, sometimes we just got to roll with it and be delighted with the things that are unexpected about the way we feel about stuff. Or I don't know, it does kind of feel like there's either something is seeking Libra or Libra is seeking something, like they're hungry for something. That white fur makes me think Libra wants to soak into something nice, something warm, something supportive, but they're having trouble finding either someone like that, or they're having trouble finding the thing that really like makes their heart go pitter patter. But again, the numbers 1, 2, 3, 2, we would expect 1, 2, 3, 4, but it didn't go in order. It jumped around. And that could be annoying that, okay, this happened, then this, and then the logical step is, I would expect a pattern to repeat. And it says, don't expect repeating patterns. Don't have the expectation of how things are supposed to go. Leave space to be delighted with how different things are. And we have the hourglass. So now let's get, sorry, that was such a lengthy intro, but that is part of the story. Basically, that's a story that I didn't get to do yesterday because I didn't even have cards with me and I was gone. So I just used my own head. So we'll see how that factors in. We just got the hourglass. That is the card also that came out for the today's topic video for the 23rd of October. So you might want to check that one out. I'll make sure that that video pops up on the screen at the end of this. I look at that as, first off, the hourglass has more sand still in it than what has drained out. So I feel like this is somebody with a good long lifespan. They got lots and lots of time. And they're kind of supported between these two trees, but it does kind of show us that, time is important for sure. And we're kind of smack dab in the middle of two different time frames of a character's life. We have the star. So I would say the time is now to really focus on wishes, hopes, dreams, and goals. And that might be the thing that our character hasn't realized. By the way, we are having a really visible meteor shower tonight from Halley's Comet. And so sure enough, we've got kind of what seems like a shooting star. So somebody could see a shooting star like right about now. I'm recording this on the 22nd of October. But we have a really lovely energy here of, that star card. A unicorn is here. This is like an obscure wish could come true, something that is so off the wall. And since this whole, everything I wrote down was all kind of randomness and expecting the unexpected, why not send out a wish to the universe to send something unexpectedly fantastic? Even if it's like, well, I'm sure this wouldn't happen, but universe, if it's out there and possible, drop it into my life. I would receive that. Or maybe this is just the awareness that an unexpected wish fulfillment could be an Aquarius, could show up in our Libra's life. It might be just the right time. We have a 9 of Swords. This makes me think about that white fur, just because we have somebody like, putting their hands in someone's hair, trying to calm them or soothe them. I wonder if Libra is wanting someone to like give them a scalp massage, or they would like to do that for someone else. There, I feel like there's a great need for like touch and human compassion, and or just like to say, what I would love is at the end of my long days to have somebody who cares enough about me to like cuddle me a little bit, or Libra saying, I have so much love to give. I would love to be that person who is the calm for someone else's weary mind. It's kind of a beautiful thing to say. What I would love to be is the person that someone I love looks at me with those eyes and say, oh, you always make me feel better. We get a Queen of Wands here. Definitely there's an energy of, you make me feel better. I choose you. I feel like this is the Libra saying, I want somebody to see me like that. Like I'm the best one. I'm the one that can do things like no other. The thing is, Libra already is that person. Now, Libra might be saying, yeah, but I have so much love to give. I'd love to share that energy with someone else. Well, Libra should know just how amazing they are, just what a fantastic package they are. They are a remarkable gift. The energy that they possess, the thoughts that they have, the words that they can share, the ideas that are uniquely their own. They have an energy to them that is unlike anyone else's. They already are a force to be reckoned with, and they are a gift to anyone that they would encounter. So for our Libra here this just says they should know just how incredible and just how valuable they truly are, and not to have to wish, like, I wish someone would want my energy. This says Libra should think more about, I hope there's somebody worthy of all my energy. That changes the dialogue just a little bit. I think that in Libras need to like maybe be delighted by things. What they have forgotten is just how delightfully unique the Libra is. Doesn't matter if Libra is a masculine or feminine, they're coming across as very sexy. They're coming across as a fire energy. And I always look at this as somebody who's got like an incredible amount of attention to detail. This Libra could have an incredible amount of knowledge about many, many different things. They could be a fascinating conversationalist. They could have a very, I do feel like the way they put themselves together is probably pretty like attention to detail. I feel like they probably are, when they dress really well. Like if they're dressed up, there is something about them that is very sharp. It really suits them, and it is partially their attention to detail. Like if they're wearing slacks, those slacks break over the top of the shoe at exactly the right level, down to, the millimeter. Like this could be a fairly like, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it well kind of vibe. We've got a Four of Swords here. It's kind of a cute Four of Swords because this has more to do with like, honestly, this reminds me of my dog Aries. I should probably share that video here. I shared it on my other channel, Tarot Dog of Aries. I laid a backdrop down on the carpet so that I could see it a little bit better, and step back. And, I care a great deal, obviously, about my sets, right? That's how I see myself as a storyteller. And I like a set behind me. And so I spend a lot of time looking at color tones, picturing what I'll pair with things. And sometimes I'll do that by laying it out first. Well, Aries, he's never done this before, but he just loved this one backdrop. And he came and did his, what I call a victory roll all over it. And it was hilarious. And it was like very soothing to him. And I feel like that's the image that I get off of this, is like, maybe this is normally about silence and about healing, but it has a real joyful, languid, comfortable vibe. Like Libra's going to be rolling around in bed as the moonlight filters in or the sunrise comes up, and they're just kind of in a contented sigh. It just feels nice. It feels like, to a certain extent, I kind of think that everything Libra is going to be receiving is going to be, it's coming in a passive way. It's what Libra deserves. They deserve some wins here, but those things that are coming forward, even if it's like an opportunity or someone that Libra could actually like cuddle with, and, a partnership that will be nuts about Libra and love all that Libra has to offer, I got to say that they are ready to receive that, and they're clearing energetic space for it, but in the most, again, passive and comforting way. This is a Libra who's, I think, kind of like, I'll say, cleansing their energy field for somebody amazing to drop right into their life. They kind of maybe know it, because we do have the High Priestess, And we have the Emperor. Very nice energy here. It's so funny because I just did Virgo, and Virgo got the Emperor ×2. And so that's kind of a popular card, I think, right now for energies coming up. It's like it's time to level everything up. It's time to improve circumstances. It's time to improve the way characters think about themselves. It's time to improve what is coming toward our characters. But it's so funny how it says, at least in my portion of this, don't expect things to go according to plans. And sure enough, I mean, even if we know that there's a meteor shower, we don't really know when one might actually break through and drop all the way to Earth, right? And come through the atmosphere. Well, I guess comets versus meteors, right? Those are two kind of different things. But I would just say that this is actually like a huge gift about to drop into Libra's life. And while they cannot exactly anticipate what it's going to be, and they have to be willing to have the unexpected, and the one thing they can do to prepare is clean their energetic field for it and know how valuable they are, and go ahead and like accept what the fact that they're already picking up on a vibe that something wonderful is coming my way. Even here, we have the night sky, and we have this Emperor who seems to be like traveling toward, in this case, we'll say traveling toward Libra. I almost feel like Libra senses the approach, even if they don't know how or when or who it is. This feels like possibly somebody quite new, but it feels like it's going to be everything that Libra has wanted. And we have the Chariot. This is still in the Year of the Dragon for this storyline. It plays out in Year of the Dragon. Only emperors and empresses ride in the chariots. Yes, we see him walking here, but here he's actually mastering and riding the dragons forward with very great intention. I think that this is somebody that Libra already knows is approaching them. And it's time. It's time for a real serious connection in their life. They have reached a point where they are ready to be like in a very serious commitment. They're ready to be loved just right. They're ready to have a partnership where it's like, let's build an empire together. Let's really do something. Let's make a legacy happen. And I do think that this could be somebody that Libra would never have expected they would even have been attracted to, whoever this person is. Page of Pentacles. It definitely could be somebody that Libra would not have expected is an emperor. Maybe the career path that they have is not at all what Libra would have expected. Maybe the way I almost think Libra in the past would have kind of dismissed this person had they met this individual, only because a page's amount of energy is very small. This could have been someone who, if Libra had met them before, it would be a chance meeting. They wouldn't really think much more about it. They would cast that person out of their mind. Maybe they would even say, oh, that person's a little too old for me. Or, oh, you know what? I don't really like pointed beards. I like beards, but not pointed ones. And it could have been at different points in our lives. We just don't really, we use a different assessment tool to decide what we're really looking for. I got to say, this time around, this person's going to come across as exactly what Libra would want. They could be driving, or they could be in transportation. They could do something where maybe they're a truck driver. Maybe they travel a lot. Whatever it is, Libra looks at this person like, ooh, you are not what I expected, and you're just exactly what I would want. So it's a nice unexpected twist. They are not who Libra would normally have fallen for. All right, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I will see my Libras in the next one. All right, take care. Bye.